So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert, if this is your first time tuning in. So today, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you basically behind the scenes of what it takes to run an Airbnb business. So I also have rentals as well. But just to kind of show everyone that there is work involved. No matter what you do, there's either going to be physical work or mental work. And today I'm going to show you the physical side of it. Again, this isn't the most physical stuff we do, but this is the easiest one to get a camera on to where I'm not sweating my ass off crazy and I can still do a good video and still have breath to be able to talk on camera and have a mic on. So that's the reason we're going to do this one. Again, we're showing you behind the scenes of what it takes. A lot of people consider real estate passive income. It's probably more passive than some other things out there, but it's not 100% passive. Everything requires work at some point. Like I said, either mental work or physical work with your hands or with your mind. You know, it takes work to make money. So, like I said, I'm just going to show you behind the scenes of what it takes. If anyone is interested where we are at, it's Geodomes in South Texas. I'll link it down below in the description. And we'll kind of talk as I'm working at the same time. So, what we're going to be doing is washing out these filters. They look like radiators on a car. They're just a bunch of aluminum coils. And we're just going to wash them out, make sure they're clean, so that way they can blow really, really good cold air. We are going to turn this unit off once we start getting to messing with water back in here. But until then, I want to stay cool, so I'm going to work with it on until we get to the point where we have to turn it off. But I have all the supplies here. I already prepared myself, so that way you guys don't have to sit through the whole preparation. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I forgot a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, so I'm going to use this little jerry-rigged thing here. And alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put the remote there. I am going to go ahead and start removing the filters here. So these things get changed out very, very regularly. So the cool thing about these is that they are reusable. They're pretty clean. They need a little dusting, but nothing crazy. They get swapped out pretty regularly, cleaned pretty regularly. We have a little bit of stuff here. We're going to wipe it off. Again, this is just regular maintenance for these things. The cleaning ladies that we have are kind of in charge of just cleaning everything up, so they do get wiped down all the time, pretty much after every stay. But of course, just over time, they do accumulate dirt and harder to reach places. So we like to do, hopefully the wind isn't crazy in y'all's. You know what, I'm gonna switch it on over here. We like to do a little bit of regular maintenance on these things, just for the longevity of these things. Also, just provides really cold air for everyone to enjoy. So we're gonna go ahead and start taking this thing off. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this again. Pop open these tabs down here. I guess I'll put you guys down here. That way I can still talk to you without the wind hopefully getting in the way. So I do have some mini splits, which these things are called mini splits, and they cool these geodomes very, very well. We installed these ourselves as well. We pretty much did everything ourselves for this whole project. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, these things are really good. They don't get too dirty here. They don't get really too dirty. Because I have other ones in some actual rental properties, like long-term rentals, and those things get dirty so freaking often, man. And I think it's just because tenants aren't like good with maintaining everything, versus these get taken care of on a very regular basis, probably more than they need to. But and I thought these were going to be getting way dirtier, because they're closer to the ground, versus the ones in my rentals are about 6, 7, 8 feet up off the ground. But those accumulate so much more dirt. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, they accumulate just way more dirt. Okay, so we should be good there. I think we got all the screws on that one. Make sure I got them all off real quick. All right, so I got my final screw. I knew I was missing one, but so the other ones typically, because they're so much bigger, they have 1, 2, and 3, and they have this fourth one right here, and I forgot about this little guy. I always forget about this one. But these things last pretty long. They do a pretty good job, honestly. It's just a matter of not breaking any clips is the biggest problem. Alright guys, so I finally finessed it enough to be able to bring it out now. It's these little clips, man. They get in the way. Now I can get it from over here up top. Whew. Already starting to make me sweat a little bit. There we go. So I'm just going to clean this thing off here and outside, spray it down a little bit. And then I am going to go outside and turn off this thing with the breaker. Just to be sure that it's off. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring the water hose in here and start working on this thing. While I do that, I am going to go ahead and start doing this. Make sure that tray isn't flooded with stuff. All right. And then I will show you guys what I'm going to do. And this is just a little bit of Simple Green in combination with soap. Just regular soap. It really helps to just get everything out. It brings all the dirt on these things up to the top. Alright, let me go get the water hose and I will be right back. I'll turn this camera off real quick. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and wash these coils off. And then we'll go ahead and put everything back up. I already washed the other part outside before I brought this thing in here. Now with this, you just want to make sure you don't turn on the water pressure too high because it'll damage all this freaking crap, man. And then try not to get too much water into all the electrical components. They do have a little protector down in here, but this area does not, so just be aware. Let's turn it on a little bit more. A little bit more. So all this water is draining outside and then it's also falling in this tub. That's why it sounds like that. All right, so now we're just gonna go ahead and clean up in here and then get whatever we can with the Clorox wipes. All right, so let me get some Clorox wipes. And then we're gonna get some towels to clean up all of this, and then we should be done. Wish I had something to reach back in there with. All right. It all looks pretty good. It's a lot better than what it was. Now we'll go ahead and put the cover back on, get this water out of here, and then that'll be it for today. All right, now to get this sucker back on here. All right. Now we'll go ahead and screw these back in. And then we'll cover them back up. And that's it. So they're pretty much built the same for the most part. The bigger ones have more clips than these. This one goes here. Then just remember, if you ever do this on your own, just remember to take that one out. And then all we got to do is just clean up, and we are done for this guy. And it's better if you use a screwdriver just so you don't over tighten and break something, but all I have with me right now is a drill. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clean up a little bit in here. I see a little bit of dirt, so I'm going to clean that up in here. And yeah, we are done. We're going to go ahead and let all the air let all the moisture and water blow out of there. I'll probably just let it do this, and then I'll turn it off for a little while. I don't want it to freeze because there's moisture in there, so you don't want it to freeze over. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much it. We can go ahead and put these filters back. We'll be turning off this AC here in a little bit. And yeah, now it looks good. Looks clean. Feels clean, feels cool air. Now I'm just gonna get a towel and pick up all this stuff that I made a mess with. And that will be it, guys. Again, just showing you guys behind the scenes of running Airbnb and the passive income side of running a Airbnb. So yeah, without further ado, be careful, be good, take care, God bless. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.